You're listening to the Australian Army Training and Doctrine Podcast.
I'm at the Australian Rules Football Oval at the Australian Defence Force Academy, and I'm with Private Kate Lutkins, who happens to be one of the Australian Army's elite athletes. Private Lutkins, you've been selected to play in the inaugural Australian Rules Football Women's League. Can you tell us a little bit about your football career so far?
So I started playing in a Brisbane social comp back in 2008 when I was 21. Played for a couple clubs in Brisbane. I was selected to play for Queensland at Nationals in 2011 and 2013 as well. And I was really lucky to be drafted in the inaugural exhibition match in 2013 to Western Bulldogs.
As far as football within your service in the military, have you played for any of the representational teams?
Yeah, so I've played for 7 Brigade at both inter-brigade competitions held up in Darwin 2015 and 2016. And from there I was selected to play and represent Army at the inter-service competition in April this year, and from there selected to represent ADF against a Victorian side.
It's important to note that you're not just an elite athlete, you're also a soldier in the Royal Australian Corps of Transport. What made you decide to join the Army?
Joining the Army is something that I've always wanted to do from a very young age. My grandfather served, so what appeals to me is the team environment, working together, the PT side of things, so the sporting opportunities that the Army provides, and just working with some great people.
And what made you decide to become a driver in the Royal Australian Corps of Transport?
Just the different vehicles that the Army has, they're good fun to drive. I'm not quite a big rig yet, but the Mac and the MOG, the Mac I really enjoy driving. It's just good fun to get out there, drive around the bush.
You are currently posted to the 2nd 14th Light Horse Regiment, Queensland's Mounted Infantry. How have you found working within an armoured cavalry regiment?
I've actually really enjoyed it. It was actually my preference unit, and I was the only one out of my intake to get 2nd 14th, so I was really excited with that. I just really enjoy it. It's very much a male-dominated combat unit. I enjoy showing up the boys, getting in there for PT, giving everything a crack.
And as far as the unit tempo goes, do you spend a lot of time away from the barracks environment?
Roughly 3 months a year, so mainly May, June, July, we spend away. Training exercises up in Shellwater Bay generally.
And as far as your daily routine in 2nd 14th goes, what do you get up to when you're in the barracks environment?
Well, most days we start with PT, so a good solid hour of PT, which is always good to start the day with. Then we come back to work, get into the vehicles, first parade, make sure they're all good to go. Then it's just job taskings for the day, whether it's picking up stores or moving people around, just anything that comes down from our chain of command.
It sounds like quite a busy and active life. What is the most enjoyable part of your job in the Army?
Well, driving trucks. I love getting out there in the Mac and driving that around. But apart from that, the work environment, I enjoy getting my hands dirty at work, doing a lot of the maintenance stuff, getting in the vehicle and learning what I can to do with the vehicle. Also the sports side, getting into PT, and the sporting opportunities are just great.
Private Lutkins, you grew up in southeast Queensland, not necessarily known for its following of AFL. How did you come to find AFL as a sport?
So I wasn't actually really aware of AFL, especially for women, until I was 21, when some mates that I played football with were like, come and give it a go, so I did.
And you're also quite accomplished in other areas of sport as well. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
One of my other main sports is futsal, which is five-a-side indoor soccer. Since I was really young, playing nationals every year in January, and in 2008 and 2013 representing Australia at the Futsal World Cup.
And do you have aspirations to continue your futsal career whilst you're still in the Army?
Yeah, so the next World Cup for futsal is held in May 2017 in Spain. It'll just be a balancing act, working in with AFL and work if I can make it and I'm eligible.
And what advice would you give to other young soldiers about pursuing their sporting endeavours, particularly those that have a high standard of skill and talent whilst they serve in the Army?
Just keep working hard, keep up a really good work ethic at work. Just take every opportunity that you can.
Private Lutkins, you didn't join the Army straight out of high school. You entered the workforce before you joined the Army. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how it helped you in your service life?
Yeah, that's correct. Straight out of school, I gained full-time employment with Woolworths for a few years, and then from there I gained full-time employment at University of Queensland as an animal technician. Getting the years of full-time work experience, it gave me pretty much basic life experience and also let me play my sport as well, get involved in around the team sports.
And how did you find the transition from civilian life, working in the workforce, to service life?
I found the transition into Army life relatively easy because of the support network and the team environment that the Army life provides.
So what are you looking forward to most about playing in the AFL Women's League?
I think what I'm looking forward to most is the high quality standard that's going to be displayed throughout the league and throughout the women. The team environment, I think you come together on that next level. Being involved in the inaugural season, I think it's just going to be a great experience.
Thank you very much. This is Major Mick Cook reporting from the Australian Defence Force Academy.
This podcast is produced by the Australian Army and is copyright the Commonwealth of Australia.